Hi everyone, Phil here, the developer of Reality Decks. In this video, I'm going to take you through the changes of version 1.2, the second update of Reality Decks, which is being released at the end of June. Okay, if we jump in, and actually that load time has been improved now. That was stalling for some people, so some work has been done on that. But jumping into a couple of major new features. So the first thing is that there's now this new improved track view. It's larger and it includes the artwork. So I wanted to put this in for a while. We need to do some performance improvements. So actually, the UI and the loading of tracks has had a lot of performance work done to it. So you can now hit it with very large folders with hundreds of thousands of files in it, and it'll handle that okay. And the artwork will load up for them, and it'll scroll smoothly and everything. So appreciate a lot of DJs have very large collections, and this should make life a bit easier. The next thing you can do is you've got the artwork, and here and before you used to hit the button and then the track would appear on the right, but now you can just grab it directly from the menu like that, which can make it quite quick. So you can just pull a record out and grab it like that and put it on the platter. So if you still want the old method, you can hit that button and still get the old method, whereby if you press it, it'll appear on the left and right if you still prefer that method. I think for the majority of people, will probably stick with this view. The next major feature is the addition of BPM analysis. So now you can select a track and analyze its BPM inside the app. So this is an offline process that you can do while you're DJing. You can analyze the track or a bunch of other tracks in the background. And the app will also analyze a track if you have never analyzed it before when you put it on the platter, so you know what the BPM is. It'll also remember it for the next times, so you don't have to keep reanalyzing them every time. So you can choose to analyze, say, your playlists or a couple of folders, and the app will deal with that. So if you notice, if I take a track then, and if I pop it on the platter, you'll get the BPM on the heads-up display here as well. So for example, the BPM is displayed here, and then if you alter the pitch control, the BPM will change at the same time. So all you have to do to get tracks then beat matches, set them to the same BPM on each turntable, start it at the right time, and you should be able to mix a lot easier than you were before. Some people have said to me, you know what, I'm an awesome mixer and I don't need any of that. I like the way Reality Decks is quite old school, and that's really cool. And if you don't want to see the BPM, then you can just turn it off there, and you'll never see it again. You'll still see it in the file browser, which is useful just if you want to know what BPM your incoming track is, but you can take the old school route there. I'll turn it back on for now. Okay, there's also a bunch of improvements to the file browser in dealing with files and playlists. So the first new feature is this multi-select. So before you could only select one file at a time, now you can select multiple. So you can say select these 3 files. You can deselect them. So let's say I want to take those 3 files I've selected there and add them to a new playlist. You just select them and create a new playlist, say call it test, and then add them in. So I've now got a new playlist with just the 3 tracks I selected, and you can still do all the same stuff, like you can use multi-select to let's say remove 2 files from a playlist, so they're both now gone. You can also use multi-select to analyze the BPM of a few files at the same time. Another thing is that there's a new select all button. So it allows you to select all the files if you want to analyze the BPM, or if you wanted to, if you had a very large playlist, and you could select all and then say remove one selection and then add the remainder to another place. So all those kind of combinations I think are covered now. There's also the ability to move tracks up and down. So let's just say I want to reorder these. I can move that up like that. That also works when multi-select is on as well. So you can move, say, two tracks up the list at the same time if you want to do things like that. Another change that's been requested is to be able to see your hand when touching the platter. So before, your hand used to disappear when you touch the platter, which is a kind of a common VR thing in lots of apps. But I think in the case of touching the platter, it makes sense to be able to see where your hand is. So now if you touch it, you'll be able to see. And if your hand comes away, then obviously it will continue playing. Some people aren't aware of the fact that you can actually use the grip button when you're touching the platter. So if I hit play here, put my hand on, if I pull the grip button, I can actually still move the platter even though my hand is away from it. So Reality Dex has always done that, and it can be handy for some people. So hopefully between that and the BPM, you should have all the control you need to very accurately bring one track in with the other and mix really well. And finally, if you go to the About section, there's a link here that will open on your desktop that will allow you to connect to Discord to other users of the app, and I'm there logged in most days. Happy to help you with whatever you're doing. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the usual places if you'd like to follow us and find out what's happening with Reality Dex. That's it for now. I'm going to leave you with Grown Up Life and his track Present Tense, and hope to see you and speak to you soon.